That would be the worst birthday gift ever. Kind of like when it's your birthday on Facebook and when people type you their little happy birthday messages, you have the option to pick a gift out to put on their page, and it's always like a bouquet of flowers or a teddy bear or an alcoholic beverage. And these are non-tangible gifts. They don't show up 5 to 10 business days later. I have this one friend that seems to always get me one every year. Every time we go out to the bar, we take turns, you know, picking up rounds, and he somehow always skates on when it's his turn to pick up the drink. But don't you worry, he'll get you an Avatar martini for your birthday every year. Yeah, it's never something that you drink. It's never like a whiskey or something. It's always like an apple martini, and you're like, really? What am I, some middle-aged divorcee living in the suburbs having a girls' night out? What else? Are you guys worried about the whole 2012 Mayan calendar thing?
Yes.
You are? I have mixed feelings about that. I mean, they're no longer, they're an extinct civilization, so at some point the numbers had to run out. So I once tried to count to 1,000, stopped at 800. Doesn't mean 1,000 doesn't exist. It still does. And like, I just don't give any merit to these people that, like, I mean, we live in a civilization now where we've gone to the moon, we've invented computers, airplanes. What did they do? Sacrifice some virgins and pray to the sun? That's crazy. And also, the Y2K scare that everyone was scared about, the reason why I don't really believe in 2012 is because I was scared shitless of Y2K. I thought the world was going to end. I was a freshman in high school, and I went to a New Year's party, and with like 15 minutes till the New Year, I got asked by this girl, Sarah Woods, to go make out with her. And Sarah Woods was a year older and notorious for giving out hand jobs. And I thought the world was going to end, and I wanted to go home and make sure that I was home with my family when I died. So I declined it and sprinted home. And when I got home, everyone was asleep and the world did not end. And so my hand job got put on layaway, which I had to pay for with begging for hand jobs. And then by the time I got a hand job, it was out of style. Everyone had moved on. Also, this New Year's, made a New Year's resolution. Did anyone make a New Year's resolution or have in the past? Okay, have you stuck with it? For a month and a half? I've never made a New Year's resolution, and I made one this year. I've actually stuck with it. And mine was to be more financially responsible. So instead of going out to eat every night, going to the bars, tried to limit that to like once or twice a week. It's not that I'm saving up for anything in particular. It's more so the fact that I bank at Wells Fargo. And I don't know if anyone else banks at Wells Fargo, but for some reason they always have a plethora of very attractive bank tellers. And I've always wanted to ask one out, but I feel like really embarrassed that they have access to my financial records. Be like rolling up and just being like, hey, you and me this Friday night, what do you say? She's like, what's the last 4 of your social? 5727, scanning. And she's like, insufficient funds for this pussy. And I'm like, oh, wait a second, I'm making a deposit. Happy birthday, love, Grandma, for $10. What's your favorite dollar menu? I'm running out of steam, but I'm sure you guys are too. Oh, summertime. I went to a family reunion earlier this summer. Anyone else go to a family reunion this year? Yeah. I went to my grandpa's family's family reunion. People I'd never met before. My grandpa grew up down in New Orleans, and I'd never met like any of his like brothers and sisters and like those cousins and stuff. So I thought it'd be fun to go down to Louisiana and meet these people. And boy, I would not miss this for the world the next time. I never would have imagined I was related to people like this. When we first arrived at the hotel, I met my uncle, who I'd never met before, and my dad introduced me to him. And the first words out of his mouth, my dad was like, "What have you been up to today?" And the first words out of it that I've ever heard him say were, "I just been drinking tequila and eating Oreos all day." And then we went out to dinner, and I was sitting next to my cousin, and it was very awkward. We had nothing in common until he goes, "Hey, do you drink beer?" And I was like, "Yeah." And we were best friends the rest of the weekend. And he asked me what my favorite activities were, and I went on to tell him, and then I asked him what his favorite activities were, and he told me he likes to get home from work and put Ozzy on the outdoor speakers and take a 12-pack of Bud Light out and play horseshoes until he's done with that 12-pack.
Awesome.
Oh, and the next day there was a little lull in the family reunion time, and nothing was going on, and that same cousin came and knocked on my door and asked me if I would like to go down to the Confederate store, because he heard that they have a cast iron tub with the Confederate flag blowing in the wind at the bottom of it. It's something you should check out. I didn't go, but I've been kicking myself ever since. All right, that's about all I have right now.